Hey there, VCHHD students. My name's Andy. I'm a VC Health and Human Development teacher. In this short video, we're looking at the VCAA 2025 HHD sample exam, question number one, suggested sample answers. This is relevant for Unit 3 and 4 HHD for the 2025 plus HHD study zone. Before we dive into this video, just a reminder, there's lots of ways you can engage with the Health Resources Hub. If you're on our YouTube channel at the moment, you can subscribe with the button in the bottom corner of the video there, and that means you'll get alerts to all of our new videos as they come out across the year, especially in the lead up to the HHD exam this year. Also got our website, the hrh.net.au, where there's opportunities for HHD students and teachers, so please check that out. Got our social media, our Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook pages. We can follow us and get alerts to our new videos and other opportunities, and also our email, info@hrh.net.au, if you'd like to get in touch. Before we dive into this video, just a reminder, if you're looking for some great course notes to help you prepare for the HHD exam this year, to make sure you're covering all the relevant content and you've got all the relevant descriptions that are part of a typical glossary as you're preparing for the exam, then you can head to our website and you'll see there is a student drop down, and that'll take you here where you can fill in this form and get access to our course notes as well as practice questions that cover all of Unit 3 and 4 areas of study. If you're in Unit 1 and 2 and you happen to be watching this video, we've also got some available for Unit 1 and 2. So once again, these are available via our website. So in these videos here, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the VCAA 2025 HHD sample exam. So this exam is freely available to download from the VCAA HHD page. And so what often happens in the first year of a revised study design, which is what's happening in 2025 for HHD, is the VCAA releases a sample exam. And the idea is to give students and teachers a sense of what perhaps the new structure of the exam might look like if there is an updated structure, and there obviously is for HHD this year, as well as what some of the different types of questions could look like for maybe newer aspects of the course. And so you can head to the VCAA HHD page to download a copy of the full paper. But what you'll see is I'm doing a number of videos looking at all the different questions, and unfortunately there is no set of sample answers that are provided by the VCAA for this paper. So I'm providing here through these videos for students that are completing this exam as part of their exam preparation some suggested sample answers. Obviously, if you've got any questions about these, you can always also ask your teacher as well. So you can see here question one worth 2 marks was outline the difference between years of life lost and years lived with disability. So one thing to note in this particular question here, okay, is the abbreviations YLL and YLD are used as part of the question, so you should feel comfortable using those as part of your response, and also noting that those abbreviations are also part of the study design. So we talked about in a previous video how in the exam, if you're looking to use abbreviations, any of the abbreviations in the study design are accepted abbreviations, but other abbreviations you should first write out in full and then only use that abbreviation for the remainder of that question. Okay, before we have a look at a sample answer, just a reminder, if you are interested in a couple of the HHD exam revision lectures that are still coming up for the organisation ACE, I am running these on the 5th of October and the 15th of October. So you can still head to book.acevc.com and sign up to these. You can join from anywhere in Victoria because they're running online. And in these sessions here, I'll be going over some exam advice and strategies for section A and B in the exam, as well as covering all the key content, okay, across Unit 3 and 4. So as I said, those are still available at book.acevc.com. Okay, so let's have a look at a suggested sample answer for this first question here. So you can see there, I've mentioned that YLL refers to a measure of how many years of expected life are lost due to premature death, whereas YLD refers to a measure of how many healthy years of life are lost due to illness, injury, or disability. So this is just a suggested sample answer. Obviously, you could have written an answer that looks slightly different to this and still receive full marks, but you need to obviously be making really clear as part of your response how YLL and YLD differ. And so essentially, we're talking about years of life lost due to premature death when we're talking about YLL, and years of life lost due to living with illness, injury, or disability when referring to YLD. So you can see a couple of considerations there as well. So I've mentioned those abbreviations or acronyms, YLL and YLD, are used in the question, and they can therefore be used in responses without needing to write those out in full. And also mentions there that if there was just a reference perhaps to YLL relating to fatal burden and YLD relating to non-fatal burden, that could also be eligible for a mark, but it's probably not going to be eligible for the full 2 marks because that's probably a little bit too brief compared to the sample answer provided there. So you can see there the mark allocation would just be a mark for describing each of those two different elements of the question. Note that it's probably good to use a term such as whereas, okay, in your answer when you're trying to make it clear how a couple of things that are mentioned in a question are different, just to sort of demonstrate how you're sort of distinguishing between those two elements of your response. Okay, hopefully you found that useful. Just a reminder, there is this ACE to HHD revision questions book that I've worked on this year, and it's got over 500 marks for the practice questions. If you are after some extra practice questions in the lead up to the exam, it's also got a full trial exam, the full chapter on extended response questions, and you can head to book.acevc.com, order a copy of that, and it'll head to you in the post. Also, our website link there, the hrh.net.au, if you're after those A+ course notes or those practice questions. Thanks so much.